YouTube dominating, cable dominating, legacy media. The news just coming out today, 4 months straight in a row now, they have taken over this space. And this has turned into a crisis at MSNBC, because you see MSNBC is spinning off into that fancy Versant company. It used to be called Spinco, but they need a little more panache. So they went with Versant, and that's going to be spun off. And nobody really knows what's going to happen. You see, they have all of their cable entities that they're spinning off. And some of them do better than others. CNBC, my former employer, does actually an excellent job. I will credit them with that. I mean, they have their own biases too. It's partly why I started 76 Research. But in the scheme of things, I think the business media tends to be a little bit more fair. They have to be, right? Because there's money on the line. MSNBC is a whole other thing entirely. And now they're realizing they can't make a go of it because they've got really bad ratings Tuesday through Friday night. Not very good on Mondays either, with one Rachel Maddow coming in for a guest appearance on Monday nights. And I'll tell you, it's no surprise. You know why it's no surprise to me? Because I think they got caught lying. Right? That's the thing. And in this brave new world where YouTube is taking over, people appreciate authenticity and they appreciate what's real and they don't want to be lied to. And so, here on this show, I mean, sometimes I can be a little too opinionated. I get it. Maybe a little too opinionated for some. I mean, hey, when you're too opinionated for Fox, you'll learn pretty quick that you got an opinion. So, but it's better this way, I think. And owning my own content, being here with you so, directly is very empowering and very exciting. But when you look over there at some of these cable channels, I don't know what the future is because they've been so badly lying. I mean, think about poor Biden. Remember when he was falling asleep with reporters? Now they're doing an investigation into the auto pen to see if there was any shady stuff going on. Well, MSNBC wouldn't tell you the truth here.
I have a lot of questions.
I mean, you wonder.
Do not start the questions. I'll get in trouble.
He said, don't start the questions, I'll get in trouble. You wonder why YouTube has taken over for legacy media. It's because the legacy media was looking at video that was coming into them. They see the same live feeds that I do, and they wanted to tell you he was perfectly fine. In fact, I do remember the signature host that's going to live forever, right? On MSNBC in the mornings, Morning Joe saying, this is the best Biden ever. I'm sorry, if that's the best Biden ever, I don't know. I don't even know what to tell you. I mean, or think about LaMonica MacGyver facing up to 17 years for that little incident there over in Newark, New Jersey, where she's caught pushing everyone, and somehow they're on LaMonica's side. I had to say it. Unbelievable. Slow down just so you can really see it. There she is in all her glory, making a run at those ICE agents. Okay, so they wanted you to think that this was somehow not at all wrong for her to do that. And you wonder why their ratings are tanking. I'm sorry, but she's out there with one Jen Psaki, who can't even do as well as Rachel Maddow. And Psaki's like, I totally agree. Alina Habba had no business charging you for any of that. Listen.
I think there are so many other important things for Alina to be focused on that she should be focused on rather than trying to stop, Congress members for doing their jobs.
No question about it. Lots happening in every state.
No question about it. And the woman's now facing up to 17 years. How is that ever a good thing? Alina Habba hitting her with violating Title 18, U.S. Code Section 111A1 for assaulting, impeding, interfering with law enforcement. I have a feeling a lot of people, like that guy, Lander, right, who wants to be the next mayor of New York, is going to get hit with impeding and interfering with law enforcement. So you wonder why these ratings are down. You wonder why they're in a crisis. You wonder why they don't know what to do with the likes of us YouTubers over here that are giving you a little bit more spice and a little bit more personality, right, in the news, where we actually own our opinions. I'm telling you, MSNBC, here is my advice today. You need to hire, I'm being facetious, more people that look just like Rachel. I mean, what the heck are you doing with a redhead in prime time? I'm seeing a candidate coming up through the ranks. He, she, I think it's a he. Sometimes it's a little confusing, right? Chris Hayes. I nearly said Chris Maddow. You see? right? They all kind of look alike. They're like little carbon copies of each other. And I found one. the bosses at MSNBC are watching this guy. Jen Psaki, run for it. Or squash him. However you political people handle things like that.
The big picture is Los Angeles is a so-called majority minority city and a majority minority state. There are more people of color that live in Los Angeles than white people at this point. And many of those people are undocumented. By some counts, 10% of the population of LA County, one of the largest counties, the largest county by population in the United States, is undocumented, maybe as many as 1 million people. Those people are our neighbors, our coworkers, our classmates, our friends, our parishioners, fellow parishioners in churches. They are part of the fabric of the city of Los Angeles. And
so here's the thing. Their ratings are in the tank. They can't actually figure out how to navigate this new position, right? Joe and Mika are trying, hence the visit to Mar-a-Lago. And their viewers said, bye-bye. You know, they were right with Rosie. We don't want anything to do with you if you're going to be on Trump's side or like try and present something kind of in the middle. And the rest of the viewers are like, wait a second, you lied. And you're still lying. And by the way, you put a red ad in prime time. What was that? I'm telling you, watch that guy, okay? Watch, because they like clone him over there. And if you look like Rachel and sound like Rachel, you might just have a future. This one, though, poor Peppermint Patty, one Jen Psaki, is not good on television, has no personality, is an excellent liar, and is looking at sinking ratings. She's at 971,000 viewers over the last month, down from Rachel's nearly 2 million earned through 2025, a 47% drop, according to the ratings that were out in May. So that's not looking good. But you know what? They shouldn't be surprised. They really shouldn't be surprised because I'm sorry, she's not talented. She's just not. I mean, Rachel, she's not my cup of tea, but the woman does have talent. Okay, I'm going to tell you that. Even when you may say, I can't stand her, I don't like her. She does have talent. She's got the je ne sais quoi. She takes you down some crazy rabbit hole. I mean, I used to think conspiracy theory on steroids, for goodness sakes. You guys look at us and think that we're the conspiracy theorists. She's the one with the Russia rabbit hole nonstop. She did an excellent job with that conspiracy theory that never turned out to be true. And by the way, did she ever find Trump's taxes, right? All of this stuff that she kept you going on day in, day out, constantly on the edge of your seat, waiting. And of course, none of it happened, none of it materialized, but she presented a good little story along the way. So even with the short hair and the glasses, you know what? It worked for her. Jen Psaki does not have that. I'm just saying it like it is, okay? So MSNBC is going to continue to struggle. Their ratings are going to continue to dive. And my prediction is at some point they move Jen Psaki into the contributor role and Rachel comes back, ladies and gentlemen, with a bang. I know you don't like that, but if I were in charge, if I were producing and I had to produce a Democrat network, that's what I would be thinking. We shall see. But you know what? They're going to have to deal with their crisis and it's going to get worse and it's going to get worse. And well, who really cares, right?